You slaves always request for dua. You slaves always request for dua. Please fulfill the wish of every helpless, Ya Allah. Please fulfill the wish of every helpless, Ya Allah.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen. Amma ba'd, fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. As-salatu wa salamu alayka ya Rasulallah.
Salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah.
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah.
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah.
As-salatu wa salamu alayka ya Nabiyyallah.
Salatu wassalamu alayka ya Nabiyyallah.
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nurallah.
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nur.
Alhamdulillah, so another episode of Spiritual Cures. MashaAllah, as well, we do have Tasawwur Bhai in the studio as normal. MashaAllah, so we've got a packed day today. I guess, inshallah, as well, we're going to get a lot of messages, inshallah. So remember, this is your program. We are here to help you, and by the will of Allah, inshallah, we can do the istikhara. We'll give you some wazaifs to read. Therefore, there might be someone that you know who is ill or who needs help. Then please try to approach them and tell them to watch this program. And maybe, if you know what that problem is, you can share that problem. We don't mention anyone's name if you don't want any names to be shouted out. Alhamdulillah, that is a problem. Sometimes people think that maybe our name is going to be shouted out. That is not the case. Yeah. So Alhamdulillah, we can do the istikhara for you as well, inshallah.
Remember that the spiritual cures that we're giving here on the silsila, on the program, they're not specific to one person. So one person shouldn't be thinking, oh, well, this was just for me. It's not like your medication they get from the doctor and it's prescribed for one person. This can be for, if somebody gets a spiritual cure for headache, for example, that can be for anybody. It's not just for that person that is, who called in or messaged in. So it can be shared. So whether somebody has got it for themselves or a family member, they can, other people who mention, the illness which is similar or the same, they can pass that spiritual cure on as a source of invitation towards goodness as well.
Someone sent in a message earlier on. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I did get some ta'wizat. They said that it was for drinking ta'wizat. Please could you just share to me the method of that? I forgot what it was. I cannot find the paper.
Usually, or the practice is that the actual ta'wiz is given and also another piece of paper which mainly it's wrapped in within. And when you open it up, one of the pieces of paper is the actual method of how to use, whether it's drinking ta'weez, wearing ta'weez, or ta'weez for any problem, there'll be a method with it. Sometimes there's also a spiritual cure that's printed out according to the problem as well. So make sure that the ta'weez that you've been given, the wearing one is separate and the drinking one is separate. But in this case where the person is asking how, the method of how to use the drinking one, so you'll take the actual ta'weez away from the method, and then you'll place it into a bottle. I prefer to say bottle because it's got a top on it. Whereas if you put it in a jug or something, then not all jugs have a covering. And it's good to cover, so it protects you from dust and etc. as well. And then also there are some nights where things ascend from the sky. So for protection, I'd say use a bottle rather than a jug, unless you've got a jug which has got like a cover, like a lid maybe. So place the ta'weez into the water and then drink this 3 times a day for a duration of 40 days. 3 times a day for a duration of 40 days. Now that bottle of water is not necessarily going to last you 40 days. So before the water finishes, if you add more water as required.
And you just keep adding water in it until for 40 days, mashallah. So that is the person, mashallah, who asked about the ta'weezat. They probably got a ta'weez from some basta and they wanting to use that. So if there's, like I said, if there's any issues that you've got some ta'wizat or you got a wazifa and you don't know how to read that wazifa, inshallah we can help you as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Recently I'm losing a lot of hair. Is there anything that I could do to help me not lose my hair? I am getting bald and I'm only 35.
I think we'll wait on that
only 35.
I think, shall we wait on that one?
ठीक है.
There might be a bit of a surprise.
MashaAllah. Ji, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam.
Is there anything that I could use? I have tried all types of cream. I keep having rash on my feet and on my hands. Please help me as I'm struggling. I have used many doctors' medicine, but I wish to use some tawizat.
In regards to the rush of hands and feet, it's mentioned here, if you recite Ya Nuru, Ya Nuru, Ya Nuru 15 times after every salah with Durood Sharif before and after, perform dam upon your hands and then rub upon the areas where the rash is, for example on your hands, on the feet, as in this particular case. Inshallah, if Allah wills, inshallah, you'll be cured. So after each salah, 15 times Ya Nuru, Durood Sharif before and after, perform dam on your hands and then rub upon the area. There's one, you can say it's like a tip, it's not a spiritual cure, it's a tip which I've seen. It's something while I was a lot younger, I used to suffer from.
You're still younger, you know.
So when I was younger, I used to suffer, I mean like from my teens, etc. And something which I've seen, and it's very common practice that people do this, and this is what one of the, I'm not saying it's the actual cause, it is one of the major causes of this itchiness, especially of the feet. A lot of the time, those of us who are fortunate and we do perform ablution and read our namaz, alhamdulillah, but when we perform ablution, there's this habit of not drying our feet or in between our toes, and then a lot of people jump to putting the socks on. So when you've got wet feet and you put socks on, you're asking for trouble. There's something which, when I spoke to the doctor when I was having problems, one of the doctors mentioned
called athlete's foot.
And a very common problem, and you see a lot of people nowadays that they don't dry their feet, or they'll rush to put the socks on while their feet are still wet, which causes itchy feet, and then I think matters get worse.
And then what happens is sometimes, you know, people when they do dry their feet is they use the towel of the masjid and they dry their feet. And that should not be the case as well, because that towel is, I hardly ever
unless
use
there's some, I mean there are some masajid who have got in
little
place
towels.
where they've got little towels
That's
which are
the best
for,
thing.
which is especially for drying your feet, and then they've got washed ones and unwashed
I
ones.
went to a masjid and they've got a dryer up there and one down there. So you can dry your hands whilst you're drying your feet as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Recently I lost my job and finding it difficult to find another good job. Please can you help me to read something that I can get a good job as well, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please do not mention my name on TV, but is there anything that I could read for barakat in my life, because I am suffering from barakati. The money I am earning is all gone by the end of the week. Okay. But the one thing is you're not alone. Yeah, there's millions of people when it comes to the end of the week, they've got nothing left. So just make dua that Allah Ta'ala gives barakat in what you do have. And it's normal though, isn't it? You know, we live in a world where it's very, very hard to save up money as well. But some of the things, inshallah, Sawar Bhai will give us the wazifa for that as well. But one of the things is that, you know, have tawakkul in Allah Azza wa Jal. You know, make dua. Dua is a weapon of the believer. The Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam encouraged us to make dua. Allah Ta'ala in the Quran encourages the Muslims to make dua as well. So make dua, you know, something part of your life, not something that when we've got a problem we'll make dua, when we have a, you know, for death in the family we'll make dua. Make this a routine part of your life, that you're always making dua as well. And inshallah as well, because of that dua, there'll be many blessings, inshallah.
In regards to that, I think the loss of blessings, it's like everybody earns something, and it's the blessings that are lifted, and being sufficient is what the shortage is. Maybe not the amount, it's actually the blessings that are being taken away, and so it's not sufficient for us to get by. But inshallah,
and like I said, you know, there's a lot of people, bichare, they're just living on, you know, bare minimum, as they say. So they just passing time. Inshallah, this, as they say, ye waqt guzar jayega. You know, inshallah, at the moment, as you know, all over the world, times are hard. And here, I just want to, you know, reach out to some of them Muslims that, mashallah, Allah Ta'ala has blessed with a lot of money. You know, try to, you know, reach out to these people who are your neighbors, who might be living, you know, near you. They might not be coming to ask you, but please, you know, keep my eye out. And they might be struggling to pay their mortgage. They might be struggling to bring their weekly shopping. Try to help them out as well, inshallah.
Regards the message, somebody looking for a good job, or somebody who's struggling to find employment, this particular spiritual cure, recite Ya Maliku, Ya Maliku, Ya Maliku. If you recite this at least once, there's no specific time, but if you recite this spiritual cure 90 times with Durood Sharif before and after, so at least once a day, no fixed time, Ya Maliku 90 times, Durood Sharif before and after, inshallah one will find a good job.
It doesn't really matter about money. You know, if you look at our pious predecessors, you know, how many, you know, awliya kiram, you know, sahaba kiram, they were millionaires or billionaires, not all of them, well, 99% were not, yet still, you know, we remember them every year, we talk about them. So alhamdulillah, it's important that whatever Allah Ta'ala has given us, you know, we'll be content, we'll be happy on that as well, inshallah.
So Afsab, in regards blessings, the message in regarding the brother mentioned about blessings in his life or blessings in his sustenance. Inshallah, a beautiful Durood Sharif here I'm going to share with you, which inshallah, which will increase the blessings and increase the sustenance, inshallah, and it will be a blessing in the brother's life as well, inshallah. I'll share this Durood Sharif with you, inshallah, and this is not just for this particular brother who's messaged in, inshallah. Anyone who wants blessings in their life, inshallah, should act upon this. One, you're reading a Durood Sharif, alhamdulillah, and then on top of that, it's also one which is specific for this particular blessings of life and sustenance, etc. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin abdika wa rasulika wa ala al-mu'minina wal-mu'minati wal-muslimina wal-muslimat. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وعلى المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات. Just once more, repeat it. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وعلى المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات. If you recite this in abundance, inshallah, your problems of blessings, inshallah, will disappear, and inshallah, an increase in your sustenance and blessings in life will appear, inshallah.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I keep getting unconscious randomly. It's been happening since I was small, and doctors say everything is fine. Please could you do istikhara for me and find out why this might happen, and please do dua. I am given shifa, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa alaikum assalam. My 13-year-old daughter, she is always falling ill too. Please could you do istikhara for check for nazar or anything else, inshallah. Code name Medina. Code name Medina Park 12. I want to do an istikhara for my brother and two sisters. They are having issues trying to find rishta. Could you please let us know what's going on? Mother's name is, okay, inshallah. Code name Medina Park 12. I want to do istikhara for my daughter. She doesn't listen to what I say and always shouts and screams. Okay, inshallah. An Islamic brother send a message. Assalamu alaikum assalam. My grandson is having issues at home. He is about 15 years old but does not listen to his parents. He keeps shouting, does not come back home on time, and does not eat from home many days. Is there anything that we can do? It's one of them things that, to be honest with you, how was the tarbiyat when he was younger? We learned was about Sahal Tustari rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. He was 3 years old when his uncle rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi, he taught him 3 magic words. 3 magic words. Allahu ma'iyya, Allahu nazirun ilayya, and Allahu shahidi. And these 3 words, this tarbiyat started when he was 3 years old. And Sahal Tustari rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi, he was known as the Sheikh of the Arifeens. And he became one of the most pious person in his time. How was that? Because the tarbiyat started from the age of 3. If the tarbiyat wasn't there at that time, And now when they turn 12, 13 and they don't listen, then sadly, we're not going to say that it's impossible, but it's really hard to, bring them around and give them that tarbiyat. If they got, mixed in with bad friends, Allah Ta'ala, inshallah, help and guide them. And, but inshallah, what we can do is try to help you. We'll give some wazaif for you as well, inshallah. But please, those people who are listening, if you have children who are small, now's the time we do the tarbiyat. Yeah, don't spend too much time. Sometimes what happens is people give them the mobile phone, they'll give them the tablet, that, go and play games on this tablet, go and play games on video, so that they can, leave the parents alone. You play with these games. Now what is happening, you're giving these video games to your children, and most of the time, they're not even up to their age level as well. And they pick up these things when they are younger. Now when they get older, them habits are still there. Now I know some people who have given their children games to play, and these games, they kill one another, there's shooting, there's looting, there's killing innocent people, robbing, maazallah, semi-nude scenes. What is going into your son's or your daughter's mind? It's even manipulating their mind at a young age. Now when they go older, that's what they pick up, that's what they know. So please do not give them the mobile phone or the tablet. You need to bring them up as well. And if you are the father, you are listening, it is your duty as the father to bring up your children according to Sunnah. If you are the mother, it's your duty. You will be asked on the Day of Judgment how you brought your children up. So have a good Madani environment at home. Make sure you're watching Madani Channel. You go to the weekly Ijtima, you take your children with you as well. Islamic sisters go to the Ijtima, they take their daughters with them as well. Even though, don't force them, but inshallah azawajal, make them give a good, inshallah, upbringing, and you will see the barakat, inshallah azawajal. And today, inshallah azawajal, we have the wazifa of the day. And inshallah, I'm going to pass it on to the Tasawwur Bhai to give us that wazifa for today.
You slaves always request for dua.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So those who have falling hair, or whether the hair is thinning out, bald patches. Now it can be hair of the head, it can be hair of the beard.
Okay.
So inshallah, this particular spiritual cure is for hair loss, or even to the extent where somebody's got a bald patch of thinned out completely.
Is balchara included in that?
It will be included in here as well, inshallah. So Afsab mentioned balchara is also something.
What's that in English?
It's just like
bald patches.
Bald patches basically. So I did mention it, but not specific.
Shall we call it bald chara?
So those who are suffering from these type of problems, if you take some either mustard oil or coconut oil, so a bottle of mustard oil or coconut oil, and you need to recite Surah Layl, which is one of the surahs from the 30th para, Surah Layl, and you need to recite this 41 times in the state of ablution for 41 times with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim each time. Once you've recited this Surah Layl 41 times with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim each time, Durood Sharif before and after, perform dam upon this oil. And then on a night before you go to sleep, if you massage it into the head, so whether it's the whole head, whether it's the patches, whether it's patches in your beard, if you massage it into the head or massage it into the beard, inshallah, within a few days, you will start seeing results as hair will stop falling out, inshallah. And if you keep at it, inshallah, the hair will stop falling out, and inshallah new growth will appear as well, inshallah.
Surah Al-Layl is para number 30, wal layli idha yaghsha, and is surah number 92. Yeah. So surah 92, wal layli idha, it's only a small little surah, there's only a few lines of that.
41 times,
41
very importantly in the state of ablution, and also to recite Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim each time.
Theek, mashallah. So subhanallah, that was the wazifa of the day. A lot of people sometimes they send in the messages that they have a lot of hair falling, so this could be done at home for as well.
This is Islamic brothers, Islamic sisters, anybody. It's not specific. Yeah, but I mean, we had a message earlier on, didn't we, regarding hair loss as well. So.
Ji, bilkul, mashallah. That's excellent, alhamdulillah.
There is maybe this could be causes of problems for this as well. That You know, when we brush our hair, for example, of the beard or you know, those who have got locks, you know, of the zulfa, or even Islamic sisters, when we finish combing or brushing and some hair have come out, how we actually put them away or dispose of them or get rid of that can also be means of problems as well. So that's something to look into as well.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Recently, one of my relatives had a baby boy, and he is staying ill most of the time. He's always crying at night. Is there something that you can help him with that as well? So basically, it might be just a few weeks old as well. Number one thing is that obviously you will be in touch with the hospital, you know, the midwives and etc. They will keep calling as well. So keep on that as well. And inshallah, we'll try to give you a wazifa to read so that you can blow onto the child as well. Someone was asking that you had a wazifa on the day where, you know, if you had a pain in any parts of the body. I have found it now, alhamdulillah. So this wazifa was a few weeks ago. If anyone has a pain in the body parts, anywhere in the body, after salah, you recite this ayah 7 times and perform dam on both hands. Then rub the hands on the area of the pain will recede, and it will go away, inshallah. So this could be pain anywhere in the body, joint pain, fingers, arm, feet, whatever. Inshallah, we'll read this verse. It's Suratul Hashr, para number 28, verse number 21. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. Surah Hashr, verse number 21. Read that 7 times and then just do them over the body wherever the pain is. Inshallah, by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal, you will get better as well, inshallah Azza wa Jal.
So in regards to somebody who's struggling to find a rishta, it's mentioned write or get written Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyumu. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyumu, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyumu. You can actually write it yourself, or you can have it written. It needs to be written on a piece of paper 143 times. 143 times, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyumu. Make it into a taweez and tie around the arm or around the neck. Inshallah Azza wa Jal.
Which arm? The right arm, most likely.
Most likely right, but it doesn't specify. But preferably when you've got an option, I mean, it's one of the sunnahs of the Prophet that whenever there is something where there's 2 limbs involved, then it's always
the right side.
To start with the right. So Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyumu on a piece of paper 143 times. Make it into a taweez around the arm or around the neck. Inshallah, that person will get married very soon. This was just in general when somebody's having difficulties, not that somebody's got hindrance. You know, sometimes you have somebody gets istikhara done and there is hindrance or blockage or stoppage of marriage. Then for that, it'd be something else.
Inshallah. Salam, please can you do istikhara for myself? For the past 2 weeks at night time when I am sleeping, I keep getting panic attacks and struggle to breathe. Inshallah, code word Makkah. If you can spell Makkah as M-A-K-K-A-H, Makkah, with like M-E-C-C-A, Mecca, it doesn't make sense. But Makkah, M-A-K-K-A-H, Makkah. But mashallah, I'll forward that on as
I think with that spelling, it's used for something else, which is not appropriate.
It's not good. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you do istikhara for me? I can't get a job. I am out of job for a few weeks now and cannot find a job. I think we had that before, didn't we? 90 times Ya Maliku. Before and after recite 3 times Durood Pak, inshallah, and recite Ya Maliku and make dua, inshallah.
At least once a day.
At least once a day, inshallah. Allah Ta'ala will give you a good job, inshallah Azza wa Jal. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our next door neighbors were selling their home to us and now they have pulled out of the deal. Is there anything that we can do?
Dua.
Yeah, dua, inshallah. We'll do dua at the end as well. I can remember that car that was being sold. How can I sell it fast? Just reduce the price. Gee, so yeah, the thing is, if he's pulled out of the deal. Yeah, it's his thing, isn't it? So now sometimes what happens is we'll go around telling other people, oh, this guy's like this, he done a deal with me and he's pulled out of the deal.
Maybe it could have been a genuine reason.
Yeah,
Obviously, we don't know. I mean, rather than assuming, if you maybe approach the person.
Yeah, so maybe there's a genuine reason, like Saur Bhai said, that he's pulled out of the deal, but don't worry, inshallah. Any wazifa for that you can turn his heart again.
Ya Allahu Ya Rahmanu Ya Rahimu. Ya Allahu Ya Rahmanu Ya Rahimu. And make dua, inshallah. Maybe, I thought there's a few things that are coming in my head, since you're talking about this. It could be that person, genuine reason, that person's pulled away.
Yeah.
And he's changed his mind. So sometimes you're selling something, but something happens and then you can't sell whatever you're selling. So you change. Then it could be that maybe that wasn't in the haqq, good. It wasn't good for this person.
Yeah.
Allah knows best, and maybe because of that, it's being turned away.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something better for you out there.
Inshallah. But like I said before, that don't make it a scene that why is he not selling to me, and then you tell other people, and then that person gets badnaam in the community. That is wrong as well. So it's his stuff. He doesn't want to sell it. He doesn't want to sell it. End of story. But inshallah, if you read Ya Allahu Ya Rahmanu Ya Rahim, inshallah, Allah Ta'ala, if it's good for you, inshallah, you'll get it as well. Maybe you'll get a better house, inshallah. If it's the left door neighbor, you might get the right door neighbors, inshallah. So it all depends, inshallah.
Which has got an extension to it.
It's got 2 toilets, so you don't have to build another one. But that's what it is, mashallah. So these things, they all happen for the best. So always, one thing that we need to understand is keep away from quarrels, arguments, and all these kind. Try to keep well away from these kind of things, because they don't do anyone any good, and they all do, they'll do definitely harm to you as well. So may Allah Ta'ala protect us from, arguing with other people for no reason. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My son is about 30 years old and he refuses to get married. He says that I am still working, I need to build a home yet. What is it that I could do to convince him so that he gets married? Buy him a home so that what he's doing it for. It's all done. But inshallah, we will give you a wazifa for that as well. I think it's time now that we went back and gave you results of the istikhara as well. And then anyone that comes after that, we can do them as well, inshallah. There's no code word, but someone sent us a message. Someone was getting unconscious randomly, and it's been happening since I was small. The istikhara has come back as clear, so there's no indication of magic or evil eye. So it's just come back as clear.
In regards to unconsciousness, when the person who gets unconscious, so those who are around him, obviously he'll be unconscious, so he can't do the amal himself. So those around him, so this is something which the person can share with his household or family members, that if they recite this part of Ayatul Kursi, La ta'khuduhu sinatum wa la nawm. If they recite this, perform dam upon water and then sprinkle, not splashing, but just a few drops out of us, they'll go all over. So just sprinkle a few drops on the face and some drops in the mouth as well, inshallah. Inshallah, the person will come around.
Inshallah. Another istikhara has been done, and it was code name is Medina. Someone said that I had asrat on my house in the past. Can you do istikhara for my house? The code word, the istikhara has been done. It's come back as illness. So for the person who doesn't keep well, it's a sign of illness. Another istikhara has come back, code name Medina Park 12, in which you mentioned that your brothers and sisters are finding it hard or issues regarding their marriages. The istikhara has come back as azmaish for all of them. It's a test from Allah Ta'ala. So keep making dua.
Can I just give you this wazifa? Because there were a few replies that came back in regards to illness. So I'll give you one special cure which will be sufficient for all, inshallah. So in regards to those who are suffering from any type of illness, if they recite Ya Mu'minu, Ya Mu'minu, Ya Mu'minu 115 times with Durood Sharif before and after, perform dam upon some water and then give that to the patient to drink, inshallah they will be cured. So this is sufficient for all the replies that came back.
Ya Mu'minu, how many
Ya
times?
Mu'minu 115 times.
115 times, inshallah. Someone sent in a message regarding their daughter with the type 1 diabetes. Code name is Medina. The istikhara has been done and it's come back as illness. So if you're taking medicine, obviously keep taking the medicine.
This is like a totka, Gharilu Ilaj, which has been given by Gharilu Ilaj by Amir al-Sunnat. And it's actually on one of our Aradi Atariya parches as well. So I would advise that they visit their nearest Tawizat stall as well, get a tawiz for this specific problem of diabetic. But I'll just mention totka for them. If they take, the large cardamom, the large ilachi, not the green one that we put in the tea for khashbu, not that one, the black ones which we use for rice. When we make salone chawal, there's the black cardamom. The people
it's not called ilachi then, is that?
No, it's still
like
cardamom though. No.
Right.
You're thinking of cinnamon stick.
Right.
It's still cardamom. You see, that is cardamom but small, and this is large cardamom. The small one is green, which you put into tea, and it's for essence in the tea. So a bit of education for you there.
MashaAllah.
Okay, here we've got large cardamom, which is like a black color. And you probably, when you eat chawal after, next time you get like something in your mouth and it's not a butti, and you take it out.
Right,
that's the one.
Yeah.
That cardamom, if you take out daily, morning and evening, if you take 5 small seeds out of that large cardamom and give to the child to chew on and swallow, inshallah, this will be very beneficial for the diabetic.
MashaAllah.
This is for any person who's suffering or any family member who's suffering with diabetes. It's an excellent cure. Alhamdulillah, for diabetes.
MashaAllah. Someone wanted an istikhara for a house that they wanted to move into. It's come back as clear, so alhamdulillah, it's a good thing. I don't think it was a house that they wanted to move in. They had asrat in their house. Yeah, so the asrat is clear. There's no asrat in the house.
The house istihara was clear.
The house istihara is clear as well.
And the person, because they did both, I think. The person's istihara was sign of illness. So that Ya Mu'min 115 times will be sufficient, inshallah, for them.
Someone sent in a message regarding code word was Makkah, the rectified one that we said, mashallah. The istikhara has come back, and it's come back as azmaish and illness. So it's a test from Allah Azza wa Jalla, and it's also a sign of illness. If you are taking medications, keep taking medications. And also Ya Mu'minu 115 times. Code name Madina Park, the istikhara for the daughter that you said, that she shouts and screams, it's come back as clear.
Ya Matinu. If you recite Ya Matinu, Ya Matinu, Ya Matinu, recite this 10 times with Durood Sharif before and after, perform dam upon some water and keep that water, and then however it's possible that you get the child to drink.
Inshallah. Try to stay calm as well. Obviously, if mashallah, like you said, is a very bright child, he's 9 years old, there's one thing, try to give him Durood Pak to read as well. So tell him to recite Durood Pak as much as possible, inshallah as well. That will calm him down, inshallah as well. So if he recites, whenever he feels that he's getting angry, try to tell him to recite Durood Pak, inshallah as well. Allah Ta'ala will make him better. And he's 9 years old, like you said, he's got a very bright future, inshallah. Allah Ta'ala make him Hafiz Quran and Alim ad-Din. Istikhara for the house. Someone wanted to buy a house. Alhamdulillah as well, the sign came as good. So mashallah as well, if it's okay to move forward, then inshallah that will be a good sign for yourself as well.
I would advise that before they take steps, Ya Nafi'u, Ya Nafi'u, Ya Nafi'u. So whenever you're about to start any work or anything good, then by reciting this spiritual cure, inshallah, whatever work that you're going to do will get complete. So inshallah, when they're about to purchase this property, inshallah, if they recite that, inshallah, the completion will go and then no problems will occur, inshallah.
I think a lot of people asked for dua. We've got a couple of minutes left, inshallah. Make dua as well. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen جزا الله عنا سيدنا ومولانا محمدا صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم ما هو أهله. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Kareem, Ya Hannan, Ya Mannan, Ya Dhul Jalali wal Ikram. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, for the sake of the beloved Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, grant shifa to all those who are ill. Grant, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, cure to all those who are suffering. Those who are suffering with the coronavirus, Ya Allah, grant them shifa. Grant every Muslim shifa around the world. Any problems, any Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, stress related, the issues that we have at home, family issues, disobedient children, whatever issues they are, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, you are the one who will remove them. For the sake of your mercy, Ya Allah, remove every types of problems. Those Islamic brothers and sisters who sent in their istikhara requests today, those who were ill, grant them shifa. Those who had problems, Ya Allah, ease their problems and remove them from all their problems and issues. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, for the sake of the beloved sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, those who are finding it difficult to find a good rishta for their children, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, grant them a good rishta from the ghaib. And Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, for those who are getting married, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, grant them happiness. And Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, remove every types of evil and every bad from their destiny. And Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, grant Muslims a happy and Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, peaceful life as well. Ameen bijahin Nabiyyil Ameen sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. And we are at the end of our program. We're going to see you next week, same time, same place. Please take care of yourself. Keep watching Madani Channel. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala Muhammad.
You slaves always request for dua. You slaves always request for dua. Please fulfill the wish of every helpless, Ya Allah. Please fulfill the wish of every helpless, Ya Allah.